Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. This is really a great day. I'm Rebecca Mullers. I'm the president of the board for the Art and Nature Group, aka CEED, the Center for Environmental Education and Discovery. And it is so incredibly exciting to be here. This has been 3 years in the working towards getting to this point. This is our first major milestone in this fantastic project. So we really wanted to commemorate the day with an official passing of the keys. So thank you all so much for coming out for this. So without further ado, I want to introduce Mr. Romaine, our town supervisor, who without him and his support of this would never happen. So, Supervisor Romaine.
Thank you. Joining me is Councilman Michael Accurcio from this district. I can say that we are hugely supportive of the Center for Environmental Education and Discovery. This is a long time in coming, and I think this will have the opportunity to revolutionize what we do here for the environment. I look around and I see so many people that have done so much for this community to preserve it, to protect it, to ensure that our environment is #1 priority. I see Tom Williams from Brookhaven Hamlet and all the work he's done over the years, a dear friend. I see Tom Schultz from Friends of Bellport Bay, helping restore our bay. I see a whole host of people. I see my good friend, John Turner, back there, who has worked so hard for so many years. The environment is something that we need to protect each and every day. The environment is something that we need to pass on to the next generation so they understand and respect it. And they need to understand that we face serious challenges, particularly from climate change, which is a huge concern of the town of Brookhaven. And as long as I'm supervisor, we have taken many steps and will continue to take steps to address the threat from climate change. But before I get too high on my soapbox, today is a day where we pass the key to a not-for-profit that's going to make a huge difference in this community. Rebecca, come on up. You're getting the key. Come on, all the board members, come on up. Tom, you're a board member, so you can come up.
He's taking pictures, too.
Jennifer. By the way, I'm so happy to see Jennifer. Last year, I won the Dennis Polston Award, named for her father by the Pine Barren Society, and I think of him often and his drawings. So just great to see you up here. So I pass this to the board of CREED. Think outside the box. Let's protect our environment. Thank you so much. Michael.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you, Supervisor. And it's wonderful to be here. I'm so excited to be a part of this because of the opportunities, both educationally and, as the Supervisor said, for the environment. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today, and congratulations, and we wish you the very best and tremendous success. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I also want to introduce Kate Browning, who was instrumental to helping save this building as well. The county really was, if all of you don't know, it's not just this parcel. The house is on a 2-acre parcel, but there's also a 7.6-acre parcel that's attached that is also 70% county owned. And it really was a fantastic public-private partnership between Post-Morrow Foundation, the county, and the town. So Kate Browning was very instrumental in making this property, preserving this property and bringing us to this day as well. Kate couldn't be here because of all of her legislative business, but her aide, Josh Slaughter, is here in her stead, and he'd like to say something.
I want to say how exciting it is. This really, I know CEED has been working on this for 3 years, but this is a story that goes back 9 years for Legislator Browning, and she's definitely disappointed she can't be here. This property was in jeopardy being developed and losing this historic home, and the Post-Morrow Foundation, we got to give them a lot of credit because they came to the legislator in 2008 and asked to help preserve this property. Certainly Isabella Rossellini played a big role in that too. I want to thank her for her partnership. And we worked with the town of Brookhaven. We're able to preserve the property. And we always had a vision to make this building an asset for the community. We didn't know quite what it was going to be at the time, so it's very exciting to see this come to fruition, and happy to continue partnering. We want to try and get an alternative wastewater system here on site and provide some grant monies for that. So we'll continue to work towards our goal of seeing this facility up and running. So thank you for coming, and it's a great day.
Also, we of course invited lots of dignitaries, but it's difficult for everyone to make it out. And one of those was the governor. Why not? We invited the governor.
Why not?
Because, this is a fantastic day for us, and we deserve to invite the governor. Surprisingly, he wasn't able to make it. But in his stead, he's actually sent a very lovely note in support of the project, and it was really very lovely to get the response. And in his stead, we have today Bill Fonda, who is from the state DEC office, representing the governor and representing the state DEC, and he's going to say a few words as well.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Yes, as I'm here because I have much more freedom in my schedule than the governor has. Now, each year at DEC, we do a Take Your Kids to Work Day, and you see how much joy the kids have when they come in, and they sometimes they touch an animal for the first time. Usually that's a snake, or they see or they see what their parents do for a living in cleaning up oil spills, or checking for air facilities and things of that nature. But the thing that becomes the most rewarding in the environmental education field is when you're in this long enough, you'll eventually hear some kid say, I got into this field because I was involved with CEED, or I took environmental science in college. So I think when you hear those words, that's going to make all the work that you're doing to restore this building worthwhile, and I'm sure you will hear that is often. Thank you.
All right, so I just want to recognize a few people. There's some people that are here today that without their help, this would have never, ever happened. John Turner, who's from the Planning and Environment Department in the back there. John has been an enormous champion for this project at the town level, and he's really just been a good friend to CEED. So we're so grateful for him that he could be here today. Also, Tom Williams from Post-Morrow Foundation, which it never would have happened without his support. Tom and Post-Morrow were such huge champions of saving this house to begin with, and which would have, if that didn't happen first, we would never be here. So we're very much indebted to them for that. And as you may or may not know, Post-Morrow helped save the house with fundraising that they did, and then they gifted their portion of the house to the town, which was also a tremendously generous thing to do. So that's been wonderful. And we hope to have them still involved with some of the trail making and things like that. Also, I want to recognize our very good neighbor, Isabella Rossellini, who has been very supportive of this from day one. Saving the property. We have a lot of common interests, and I think that we're going to be good friends and good neighbors, I hope, to each other. So that's the positioning of this property is really wonderful. We have the Dennis Pulson Nature Preserve across the street. There's 37 acres there. We have 10 acres here. Isabella's beautiful property next door. She's got her chickens and her bees and all sorts of things. We're hoping turkeys, sheep. We're hoping that maybe we can cross-program and do exciting things in the future. And then, of course, just Deer Run Farms and the hog farm, and I mean, just the whole area is just, I think, just a perfect spot for this to happen. So it's really, really great. And last but not least, I just want to recognize all of our board members. Not everyone's here, but we do have quite a few board members that are here, and I am so grateful to our board for having faith in us from the beginning, even before we had the keys. It means so much. So it's really, really great. So we have Amanda Levine, Darlene Prowse, Barbara Lindemann, Annalise Cameron, Thomas Schultz, Jennifer Clement, and Eileen Dugan, and of course Eric Powers and I are sort of at the top of the board, but it was just the two of us for a while. And oh, I'm sorry, Melissa, why aren't you up here? And Melissa is not up here, but she should be up here, yeah. Melissa Griffith-Perot, right, as well. I'm sorry, Melissa, thank you. So anyway, it's so great to be surrounded by all these wonderful people because it's been a real labor of love for Eric and I, and it's great that the CEED is growing, and we need lots more people to make it happen, and it's going to be just wonderful. So I'm going to let Eric say a few words, and then we're going to have cake. Well, we'll do some photos, and we'll have cake, and then the house is open for tours and walking around and checking out the property. So.
So I just wanted to say briefly, I'll keep it short, but this has been a lifelong dream of mine to have a nature center that is ours and run programs, you know, without crazy restrictions and things like that. You know, I just did a nature program the other day in a school. They said we want a live animal show, but we can't have any live animals, and I was like, you know, where, you know, our education system is so, filled with fear and you know, and misconceptions about the outdoors, and I think that all stems from lack of education with you know, and a real connection with the outdoors, and that's what we are going to, we're going to be lighting that candle in people and really connecting them back to nature, using this wonderful property and the great volunteers and local support that we have is to pass on that wonderful legacy of a deep connection with the environment and where we're going in the future with our society itself. We need a society, we need a people that knows how to live in harmony with nature so that we have a sustainable future for all future generations. And that's what we're going to be teaching here at CEED, is planting that seed in everybody to live on and have this education be passed on from generation to generation. So this is very exciting, and I've just been completely overwhelmed with the outpouring of support, and also donations have already started coming in, and people bringing stuff. And I'd really like to acknowledge and point out Joy Stefan here. So thank you so much, and also I know, thank you. So she and the late Dr. Vincent Stefan have really just been so generous in donating an amazing amount of stuff for this nature center. So we're almost ready to be up and running with all the stuff that you've been donating. So thank you so much for all that, and thank you to everyone for all your support thus far. But this is now just the beginning. So we've got the key, and let's get going with this. So thank you. So Rebecca?
Thank you, everyone. So I guess we'll take a few pictures, and then we've got cake and some iced tea and water, and people can feel free to walk through the house. Oh, I'm sorry? The solstice. Oh, right. Thank you. Right. So Annalise reminded me of a couple of events that we have coming up, just to let everyone know. So, you know, even though we're not officially open yet in terms of a nature center, we are starting to have programs and events, and fundraisers will be coming. So on June 23rd, the solstice, the summer solstice is actually June 21st, which is a Wednesday. But on that Friday night, June 23rd, it's great because it's sort of the last week of school. It's the kickoff of summer. We're going to be having a summer solstice event here from 4 to 9?
6 to 9.
6 to 9, sorry. She's in charge. She's the chairwoman. Would you like to say anything, Annalise?
Well, I hope everybody comes up and joins us. We have a lot of programs, some music. We'll have a bonfire and marshmallow roasting, so I hope everybody can join us.
Yeah.
That's great. And the next day, actually, the day after our solstice event, we're doing a bat house building project. And so we're not building bats, we're building bat houses. The very next day at the Bellport Village Community Center. Yeah. And that's sponsored by the Bellport Village Program Fund. Thank you. And that'll be the very next day, so come and build a bat house and hang it up and support our local bats. so they can eat our mosquitoes.
We also have plans in the works to have a big open house the weekend before 4th of July to get it, because then when people come and see the house, they get very excited. So we're planning that, and fingers crossed, I think we're going to have a big bike-a-thon fundraiser in the fall, in September. So it's really time to kick things off. So if anyone is interested in volunteering, we have volunteer sign-ups over there. We have memberships for $40. You get a free t-shirt. We have a t-shirt order right now out, so we don't have the t-shirts, but we'll take your information down for that. And yeah, just let us know if you want to get involved. So that's it. Thank you.